All right, so we used to have a gazebo that was sitting right here up until just a few days ago, and I'm not sure what it was. It was a burst of wind or maybe a micro burst, something like this. It basically took this gazebo, lifted it up over the roof, and then it landed all the way in a neighbor's front yard. I'll show you a picture. I should have filmed it, but it was right across the street, right about where that, a little bit closer where that white car is by that basketball course. So, anyways, it is a beautiful summer here, and we want to make sure that we have a little bit of shade. So, without breaking the bank, went out to Home Depot and pretty much bought the cheapest one that they had. And this is a 10 by 12 feet gazebo. It's made by Hampton Bay, which I believe it's one of the Home Depot brands. Although if I were to guess, it's probably made in the same factory as about 90% of other gazebos on the market. Anyways, it was on sale for $2.99, so certainly not breaking the bank. The other one that we had, we paid just a little bit more than that, and it's, it was good for us for the last 3 years until, this week. So this box is pretty beat up, but it was also the last box that was available. So hopefully this one will hold up just as good as the other one. I'm going to assemble it and show you after I'm done, kind of do a walk around and see what the quality is, and we'll go from there. It's pretty heavy. It's about 101 pounds, so I mean that's a good indication that it might not be as flimsy as some of the other ones that we've seen. So let's open it up and see what's inside. So I don't know how much of that was cut off, but the power to my phone just got disconnected, so it stopped recording. Anyways, so we got as you can see, it's not a completely one-man assembly. As a matter of fact, it would be impossible without my wife's help to get to this point, and we'll see how it's gonna go from there. It seems like that the roof might need another person too, so I'll keep on going, and I certainly hope that once it's put together, it's more sturdier than it is at the moment now. Okay, so sadly, after just about 2 hours of fighting with this gazebo, trying to put it together, came to the conclusion that it's most likely is going to go back to Home Depot. A couple reasons. Why? First, is I showed you the top ripped off on the corner. I mean, it's not rain resistant now. It's not water resistance if that is missing. So the second part is I'm going to take this camera and show you of why I don't think it's worth the money. Alright, so as you can see, and if you've been following me around for this build of this gazebo, like I said, sadly, I think it's gonna go back to Home Depot. A couple of reasons. Well, first, is that corner piece on the top roof. It ripped, and there's no way of me to fix it. And I kept on working with it to see if I can maybe live with it, or call the manufacturer and see if I can request a replacement of that small canopy. But the more I'm looking at it, the more flimsy it is. And see who makes this. Doesn't say, but it's cheaply made. I was able to get 3 out of 4 corners. I mean, they're stretched beyond belief. I can't even get the last corner in, and I'm not going to try it just because it is so far from being able to stretch it. If you can see the fabric on the roof, it's already pre-stretched out, so I will rip it if I'm going to try to put it in. Another way that they suggest doing it is to undo this middle joint here to go in. Actually, you can't even do that because it's going all the way in, so there's no other way to do it other than try to force it and stretch it, and I know it's gonna break. So unfortunately, I just wasted a couple hours trying to put it together, and it's gonna go back to Home Depot. Another thing, if you can see of how easily, literally with one finger and just pushing the whole structure, see, how it moves. So here's a wind, a blast of wind that's probably about 5 miles an hour, and the whole thing is moving. So if you're living in the area where you have moderate wind, suggest that you look for something else. I certainly will, and if I find it and decide to put it together, I'll definitely post it as well. Hopefully that one is going to be sturdier and better quality. So Hampton Bay Gazebo from Home Depot. This is the way that it looks. Certainly I would think twice before buying it. It's 300 bucks, but if you're willing to throw it away, you know, might as well get something that's worth it. Hope this was helpful, and I hope I just saved you 300 bucks.